It all happened just after 6 p.m. here at the Rancho Verde apartment complex. Officials here in Cochise County say the San Pedro River, which is about 15 yards in that direction, is serving as a tremendous help. Still, the hot topic of conversation seemed to focus more on the allegations against Kobe Bryant and less on his play on the court. It's a matter of life and death. Emergency crews deal with it all the time. It's called the golden hour. Once they get a call, boom, they're out the door. Within a minute, fire crews are en route to saving lives, but sadly, sometimes traffic gets in the way. That is Sonora, Mexico. I am currently standing in Arizona in the United States. And officials say he was fleeing from Mexican authorities and took his SUV through this section here, entering the United States.
Paul Cicala joins us from the Strip, live with more. Paul?
Well, this is a current events issue that most people seem to have an opinion about. La garita aquí en Tecate, Mexico, está cerrada. It'll be an historic battle between Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins. Both fighters have been training for this for months, and now the verbal war of words is ended.
In there like swimwear.
In there like swimwear.
What does that mean?
It means he scored a goal. They won. A group of teenagers stole a car from a nearby home, and then they took it on a joyride. But unfortunately, as they were going around the corner, they ran through this wall here. And that's not all that happened. Take a look at the trailer itself. As you can see, the car ran right into the bedroom of the mobile home. Sunnyside hopes to extend its 20-game winning streak tonight. Game time is set for 7 p.m. We'll have all the highlights tonight at 10, Todd.
All right, Paul.
The National Professional Paintball League is going on right here in Las Vegas as we speak, and it's bringing thousands of dollars to the local economy.
Well, today a familiar face from Channel 13 will appear on Oprah. Action News reporter Paul Cicala reported about a school counselor who made the worst mistake of her life. She posed nude in an Over 50 magazine.
Is a reporter on this story?
Yeah, well, the sad reality is most people that I talked to were outraged. And as a journalist, you have to be objective. You have to find both sides. But it was tough for me to find both sides, at least as far as the parents were concerned. Because here we find, at least in the parents' mind, this is somebody who's in a position of authority.
Yeah.
She's a role model to at-risk youth. And the sad reality in southern Arizona and all along the border, there's a high pregnancy rate. So she's preaching on one hand to the students, don't be promiscuous, yet she's posing in a magazine like this.
That does not make you promiscuous just because...
Oh, definitely not,
yeah.
But sometimes in some people's mind that suggests that.
Yeah.
But, you know...
All right, you can see the rest of this Oprah episode about the worst mistakes people have made today at 4 o'clock right here on Channel 13.
Oprah and Paul going at it there, sort of. Okay, a little bit. Okay, an entertainment icon is coming.
I'm literally retracing the steps of the 6- and 8-year-old kids this morning. They were headed north across Fort Lowell on their way to school. Obviously, there was a lot of traffic in the morning as people headed to work and also took their kids to school. Now, the 8-year-old, he was able to make it across the street, but sadly, the 6-year-old wasn't so fortunate. He was struck and hit in this area here, just a few inches from the curve. Now, take a look in that direction. Meanwhile, Clayton Rivera says he is looking forward to getting back to the baseball diamond very soon.
Paul Cicala at Flowing Wells. And Paul, big question tonight, why aren't you married?
That is a good question, my friend. It's a question that I wish I could answer, but I can't. But I can answer the questions concerning the game of the week, featuring 2 teams that were embarrassed last week, 2 teams that were shut out last week, 2 teams looking for redemption. And the good news is more than 60 people ended up crossing this finish line from the program. Now, to put things into perspective, the 22,000-seat terrace dedicated to Dale Earnhardt has the same seating capacity as Madison Square Garden in New York. When you see little Clayton running up and down the sidelines and giving high fives to the players, you can't help but think of the movie Radio. Voters from the city of Marana and, of course, Oro Valley as well say that they have seen a number of these cracks and potholes. First, meet little Andrew. Andrew's only 8 years old. He's the youngest boxer here. And Andrew, let's see what you got. As you can see, he's a knockout. And the celebration has begun. Many people, in fact, have come from their homes or from the bars or many other places, and they're all filtering downtown here in Phoenix. The celebration is on. The Diamondbacks are World Series champions. But obviously, that hasn't stopped the party here or many other places around Las Vegas. And this is your last opportunity to play a part in giving a gift to a needy child here in Southern Nevada. Since being rushed to the hospital on Friday, Edward Gomez has received a number of visitors here at UMC. And it's not just classmates and fellow teammates. As a matter of fact, a number of his family members from as far away as Cuba, New Jersey, and Miami have also visited him right here at the hospital. 3 people have been found murdered on this street in the last 40 hours. It all began early yesterday morning when some kids from the neighborhood discovered a dead body in front of their homes just down the road. Miguel Angel Gonzalez fought Oscar de la Hoya when he was in his prime. He also had the chance to take Julio Cesar Chavez 12 rounds in a draw. So he's been in a number of big fights, but he says this could be his biggest. It might be his last chance to take home a belt. Este torneo fue un gran éxito. And if you think paintball is a non-physical sport or you don't have to be an athlete to take part in it, well, think again. But it's still considered a safe sport, so safe that I'm willing to take a cap to the head.
Ready? On 3, 1.
There has never been a sellout, that is, until this evening. Reporting live from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Paul Cicala, Channel 13, Action Sports. It all began in the classroom, and it ended here, downtown. They were 1 victory away from making it to the Little League World Series. How about that, guys? Yeah. All right.
Just wash that jersey once at some point between now and Saturday, okay, Paul?
I don't want to ruin it, though. I'll think about that tonight.
All right.
A 12-year-old was walking through the neighborhood when he was mysteriously shot in the leg. Now, officers were here earlier today, and they were gathering evidence on this very sidewalk.
Eyewitness News 4's Paul Cicala spoke exclusively with Hodges at the Pima County Jail today. He's live with the latest only on 4. Paul?
I sat down with Charles Hodges this morning as he learned for the first time that the 72-year-old man he hit died from his injuries. The UNLV basketball team is spending this Halloween preparing for a scrimmage tomorrow. Reportando desde Palm Desert, Paul Cicala, Cuna Noticias, Telemundo.
¿Qué pasó con Paul? Bueno, antes...
Reportando desde la ciudad de Palm Desert, aquí en el Valle de Coachella, Paul Cicala, Cuna Noticias, Telemundo.